moving on to superintendent reports. Ms. Snead-Johnson.
Yes, and just a few items to review. At the November 19th Virginia School Board Association meeting, the Virginia School Board Association Board of Directors voted on Thursday, November 18th to end its membership with the National School Board Association effective June 30th, 2022. So there was a document that was sent out by Janet Turner Giles and Gina Patterson. Did everyone get a copy of that document from her? And I think we also sent you a copy. There was an FAQ about why they didn't do it effective. This currently was to give some of the bigger divisions that use some of the other organizations associated with the National School Board Association time to actually work on other avenues. So that was a change. Any questions about that? Attendance updates, we are standing about 912. We've been standing there since last month. We monitor it and we look at the number of students we have. December 1 child count. Every December we count for state funding the number of children in special education. We're working on that. That report's due at the end of this week. That's actually, we believe we have about 205 students with some type of IEP from pre-K through grades 12. So we will finalize that report this week. The Office of School Quality has offered Covington City Public Schools some resources and a consultant to help our principals provide instructional support. We had our first meeting with that individual today. We will continue to work with her. Her name is Connie Ratcliffe. She was the principal at Patrick Henry High School and has been an Office of School Quality consultant for the past 7 years. Seems to be very, very down to earth and understands principals' time and how busy they are. We want to see what resources she can bring for our teachers through our principals to provide better instructional avenues for our students. Additional time for our teachers in the classrooms. I'm just going to give you a calendar of this school year and talk about some options. We talked briefly about that today with the principals. We had December the 8th as a half day that teachers were able to work in their classrooms on some of their needed work. In January, we have the 17th as a holiday. 21st and 22nd is a work day, 2 work days at the end of the second 9 weeks, the end of the semester. So on January 24th and 25th, there are teacher work days and professional development already built into the calendar. On February 7th, we have parent-teacher conferences built into the calendar. On March 3 and 4, we've had spring break, and there's been some conversations about extending that to a week off for our staff and students, but nothing definite has been decided. We have to see what the weather brings with the winter months. So again, I'd like to have some opportunity to meet with the principals some more to see if there are more days that our staff need. From what I've been told, staff was very appreciative of the time on December 8th, but we've already got some days built in. So we will continue to look at how we can provide teachers that time they need to do what they need to do in the classroom. And the one we had on December 8th, that was the middle of our 9 weeks. So that was a good time for them to have time to look at where each student stood, and we sent out midterm reports. So that worked out, and we'll look at the proposed possibilities for January through March in the next few weeks when we return from winter break on the 3rd of January. Visitations in schools, item F, Clifton Middle School. There was a staff were invited to come visit CHS last week for 3 days to see what Covington High School looks like when that move is made. So there was probably 25 to 30 teachers from Clifton Middle School and the administrative team there that came to Covington High School and did tours of the building. Mr. Robbie Wood did provide those tours to that staff. I think that was well received. This week, starting tonight, Covington High School staff has been invited, if they want to go visit Allegheny High School. So that's happening. It happened today and happens tomorrow and happens Wednesday. So again, that's a joint schools effort to try to get staff to see what each building looks like. I think it was the one last week at CHS was well received. And it's not too soon to start thinking about the fiscal year closeout for our school year because we've got to get everything closed down very quickly so the new school division can open up on July 1. So we typically look at the last week in June, but we might have to do it the middle of June this year. So I just want everybody to kind of have that on your radar about when we do close out. I think Mr. Spangler may be talking about that tomorrow. He's also, Jackson River Technical Center will no longer be operating with the new school division as it has been. So he's going to have to totally close down his school year, school calendar, school fiscal things. So there's a lot that's got to happen in the next few months to get the new school division up and running on July 1. So we just have to start thinking about how we can get that completed. The last thing that's not on your agenda, because I just got word today, but Principal Appreciation Week is January 8th through the 14th. So when we come back from winter break, we will appreciate all the things that our principals do. I actually have a resolution from Governor Northam, and I have a document from the State Superintendent, Dr. Lane. While we're talking about that, there will be a new state superintendent. That has not been, to my knowledge, decided, and there will be also a new Secretary of Education that will come in with a new governor. I have not heard that that's been decided yet either. So, but we will appreciate our principals the week of January 8th through the 14th. So that's all I have tonight.